We're almost coasting to the end of 2017. Politics today has had a whole lot that we're definitely will be looking at when we have a rewind of 2016. Welcome to the program today. I'm Sulaiman Alede, and we're still very much on some of these issues making the rounds. Don't forget that the fall of Sambisa Forest is still very much there. And by the way, news coming in from Abia State has it that the speaker has resigned just within hours after being sworn in. We'll keep our tabs on that as it unfolds and bring you more from Abia House of Assembly. But this evening we're looking at some of the issues making the rounds. Don't forget about the issue concerning the Young Democratic Party in the Ondo governorship election. But this time around we'll be asking from the party chairman what it is like having young people to participate in active politics in the country. We'll also be looking at issues that will come out of the role of these young Nigerians in politicking, plus the fight against corruption, which is very, very key. The whistleblowing policy of the federal government is still very much on course, and we'll be asking those in other parties, especially the Young Democratic Party, what they think about the fight against corruption of the Buhari administration. And we'll also have another analyst, policy analyst, that will be looking at all of these issues. It's a potpourri of issues, but we'll take about two of them this evening on the program. Very quickly, let's go over to Abuja studios where we have Emmanuel Amakiri, Comrade Emmanuel Amakiri, who will be joining us right on this program. I understand that, well, we really can't get to reach him now. But again, these are some of the things that we'll be looking at, and we hope when we get him live on the program, he should tell us the thinking of Young Democratic Party, which has just switched leadership and just come out of that election, which they still say it wasn't a smooth one for them, being part of that, election in Ondo State and how it went with INEC and a couple of other issues. Perhaps they should also tell us what it is like at the tribunal, because we understand they also went to court. But for the whistleblowing policy of the government, many Nigerians have had to put their voices on this. Recall we had asked a legal practitioner here on the program, and he did say his fear is if you don't also look towards the agencies fighting corruption, there just might be some kind of sale of information to someone who will just come up and say, I'm the whistleblower, and go ahead with a 5%, bounty of the government of the day. But again, the fight against corruption is something that many are saying that some of the key issues here about some of those people that have been mentioned and what the government needs to do about that. Don't forget again that the government has also set up a panel to look at some of the allegations leveled against some key officials of the government. It looks like the Abuja studios are set for us now. Let's see how we get on with Comrade Emmanuel Amakiri. He's the national chairman of the Young Democratic Party. Comrade Amakiri, good to have you join us this evening on Politics Today. Let's start by asking you about the participation of young Nigerians in politics. As the chairman of a party which has just come out of election in Ondo State, many would want to know how well, in terms of percentage of participation of young Nigerians has been in the Young Democratic Party. Perhaps this can also give many Nigerians and close watchers of Nigerian politics an idea of the number of young people in politics, as many would also say women are still very much strong when it comes to politics. Tell us your thinking. Young people in politics, being there for you, how has it been so far?
Well, I would like to, Suleiman, thank you for having me here. I would like to use this medium to, of course, also send out my warm regards to all Nigerians, and particularly our gallant Nigerian youth outside there. And I would say also congratulations for having Young Democratic Party as a viable platform that has now emerged in Nigeria. And I think that there has been a disparity. The gap has been very, very wild. And thank God at the moment the Young Democratic Party is coming on board to, of course, conscientize our Nigerian youth and let them understand that there is need for them to get active participation in politics and governance. And I think that it is high time that our youth will continue to think one way, whether giving themselves available for other people to use. I am saying that as the national chairman, I'm very proud to also send this message across to Nigerian youth to come around and be stakeholders in various political parties. But particularly, I'm looking them into our own party, Young Democratic Party, because that is the only way one can indeed talk about being, going to any electioneering contest anywhere, whether if you want to be a senator, House of Rep member, councillor in your local government, chairman. And I think that it is very, very, very important that we begin to embrace sincerely politics in Nigeria. But it turns out to be that somehow the Nigerian youth are shying away from these responsibilities. So it is better for us to make a trial than sitting back home, and every time we watch the television or we would watch so many things going on right in our eyes, and people will continue to say, we are not getting participated. You are the one that will make a move to show your strength. So now, God willing, we have been able to come up with a platform, a very viable platform, Young Democratic Party, and I urge all Nigerian youth to begin to think towards engaging themselves into this, bring themselves together, and then let them come and see how we can brainstorm together and take our country to the next level.
Comrade Amakiri, if you allow me come in here, I think there's one other sore point for many, especially young Nigerians. They still think that our politics in the country is still very much money-based. Money in politics and young people coming in, how does this help them in, aspiring for positions in our polity?
You see, I am one person, I'm a very, very resilient person, very pragmatic person. And I believe that we should not be thinking towards that direction. Sincerely, when they talk about money bags, we in Young Democratic Party, we don't have money bags. When we were coming up, a group of young, like-minded Nigerians came together and thought of this Young Democratic Party, including myself seated here. And we deemed it very necessary that we should come up with a viable platform where Nigerian youth will also, come and join to express, their feelings about politics. And I want to disagree when people say, if you cannot beat them, you join them. I totally disagree with that. If you cannot beat them, you have an option. What you need to go is just to go back and have a very, very formidable structure, come up with a very, very formidable strategy. You come back with that strategy and you ambush and you demystify those who you really don't want to join. So I don't think that money is the issue here. The issue is we must decide first. By the time we decide that we really want to take that belongs to us, I don't want to continue being a sole servant to anybody. I want to grow. And for crying out loud, we continue to hear the youth are leaders of tomorrow. I also totally disagree with that. I think that it is the child that is born today that is a leader of tomorrow. But at my age, and I will continue to be sitting down hearing people saying that I'm a leader of tomorrow at my age, at 33. No, I don't think that is they are being fair. I think that Nigerian youth should call a spade and come out en masse and begin to have a kind of what is called interest in politics, because that is the only way. Thank God we have been able to begin to enjoy democracy. The return of democracy is one thing that we must indeed applaud the military who have finally agreed that we should go back to democracy and see how we can enjoy this democracy.